So we're looking at the reason why 36% of the US population is obese, including children. People would say, oh, it's the sugar, it's the fast food, it's the carbs, it's lack of exercise, and it is all of these things. However, it's not like other places, other developed nations don't have high carb foods. It's not like other developed nations don't have high fat foods. It's not like other developed nations don't include a lot of sugar in their foods. And it's not like other nations have a population that's in the gym constantly. That's ridiculous. So what is really going on here? What's the big mystery? What's the big reason 36% of Americans are overweight? Well, obese, including children. Well, the big thing is city design. If you look at other nations and other developed nations and countries, what do they have? They have walkable cities. They have good public transport. They have the ability to go outside comfortably, see other people, walk around, and get to where you need to go. As opposed to here in the US, what are our fattest states? There are states like Oklahoma, there's states in the Midwest that have non-walkable areas. Most of the states, most of their cities are built to not be walkable. They're built to get around by car. And so if you're constantly driving, you're constantly at home sitting, you're never exercising, which is walking is a natural way to do so, or usually when you have walkable cities, that means you have good public transport, so you can walk over to your public transport. Also means you're probably gonna have good bike lanes as well. So biking is something that you have access to if you're overweight as well and on the verge of becoming obese. Or if you are obese, at least now you can go outside and walk and maybe not feel so out of place, or maybe not have to drive to the gym because you have the option of just going outside and walking. Okay, instead of going to the grocery store, I'll just walk to the grocery store instead of driving there. Instead of stopping at the convenience store while I'm walking home, I will take the back way. So when I see the convenience store I usually stop at, I am not tempted to go inside and buy the Frosty or buy the smoothie or buy the honey bun. No, I'll just remove myself from that environment by taking the back way home. And it's also going to provide a longer walk so I can get more exercise in. And yeah, the fact that people will try to prescribe the lack of exercise to Americans and the reason why we're so obese is ridiculous. I mean, it is a lack of exercise. It's a lack of walking. It's a lack of walking we do because we drive everywhere. And it's evident in our fattest states, which are states not designed for walking at all, compared to New York, where they have the highly walkable city of New York and or Manhattan and areas like that, or Seattle or Portland or Chicago. These places are highly walkable, but compare that to the Midwest, where you need a car to get around. And it's either that or you're going to be roadkill. And so, yeah, it is a lack of exercise, but it's a lack of walkability, not just generally, hey, go to a gym. You don't see in most of our countries, you don't see people just flocking inside of gyms constantly to get the obesity rates down. No, their cities are just designed in such a way that allows for people to get natural exercise in by walking to the bus station, walk to the train station, or just walking that 1 mile or 2 mile walk to get to where you need to go, because it's not such a big deal. It's just, yeah, everyone walks here. Well, I mean, why wouldn't I walk? Why would I take a car, drive 5 minutes when I can just walk 15, 20 minutes there? And really the time you're saving is minute because you're just going to get home and watch Netflix anyways. So why not just take time, breathe some air, get some exercise in, and walk somewhere. But that's the reason why a lot of Americans are obese. Just we drive everywhere instead of walking, and we don't walk because our cities aren't designed for walking. They're designed to be very large, spread out suburban sprawls with no zoning that allows for more mixed use to make it more convenient to walk. And that's probably the reason why we have convenience stores instead of actual grocery stores nearby. It's because they're smaller, they're used for gas, so they're called convenience stores for a reason. Whereas opposed to other countries or locations, you might have small mini markets everywhere where you can go in and get fresh food and you can actually walk there within 10-15 minutes, as opposed to the convenience stores like 7-Eleven, Chevron, Sinclair, these stores, or Love's, where you can walk there within 10-15 minutes, but your only options there are let's buy a honey bun. So that's the reason why Americans are obese. If you don't believe me, just do some more research yourself and you'll see that it just kind of naturally lines up.